Hey guys, Caitlin here, and I thought I would do a quick little video on how to get a smooth line work. I've had a couple questions in the past about that, and I thought I might address it. These are just the techniques that I use, and it's just trial and error, and really, it is just a matter of doing the same line over and over again until you got it right. So I'm going to do this bottom panel here of Sweet Little Cork. Alright, so I have my rough layer underneath, and then I just made a new layer on top of it. And get my brush ready. Usually I have a page that's pretty large to begin with, and I just zoom in. To start with his eyes, it's just real quick lines, and you just have to keep doing it until you land on the good line. And then erase the extra little tails. And I find myself doing a pupil over and over again. Or an eye, I guess, not necessarily a pupil, because there it is. Now, I've said it before, I really enjoy the rough work because it allows little mistakes. And the line work is so precise that sometimes it can get really aggravating just to get that one line right, especially when it's like a circular thing. It just takes so much to get it right. I think that's good. There. Look at that. It's perfect. I like it. The end. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, God. And I find, too, that I have my coffee in the morning. And sometimes I may over-caffeinate and my lines get a little shaky. That being said, I love coffee, and I will not stop. Sure, smooth lines will suffer, but others will suffer if I don't have my coffee. All right, big sweeping lines, and then you erase the little tails. Now with my style, the face normally, naturally has a curve to it. And majority of my characters are just straight down. Vesper has a little bit of a curve to her face, but Cork, he is, chiseled, pretty squared shaped. So that straight line down is actually pretty beneficial because you just sweep it down. With Vesper, it's kind of a, I'll do this over here. It's just kind of more of a curve, whoop, and then he is more of a straight line like that. All right, and then his shirt. Now I like high collars, if you couldn't tell. Oh, see there, this line's kind of an awkward angle for me. And sometimes I will just rotate it. Oops, see, there we go. To rotate, you hit R and then rotate it. And reset view up here, boop, and you're good to go. Now, since it's like more of an up angle, I'm gonna just take this shirt that I just spent so much time on and move it up. And then I'm going to erase this chin. Boom. And boom. Fun fact, even if I wasn't recording this, I would still use the word boom when I was done. Is that a fun fact? I don't think so. All right, sweeping motions, and then erase the little tails. And the brush I'm using is just a standard default brush. You know, it's just this top guy. You know, hardness 100%, and then kind of a mid-size. I don't like the neck. Kind of a mid-size brush, so I can get, you know, some thick lines. But if I, you know, go lightly, I can get a really fine line. I don't like to work with a tiny brush. It just seems to, it doesn't seem as smooth to me. And sometimes when I'm doing clothing, I will leave in little tails. It seems to work for the wrinkles and you know, the cloth. So I'll just leave it. All right, now we'll do a flip test because he doesn't look right for some reason. Yeah, I think this is, there we go. Let's bring this side of his face down. And again, the lasso tool is my friend as a digital artist. Okay. All right. Something's wrong with his mouth. All right, and then Korik has a nice hair layer on top. And again, quick sweeping motions for the hair. Can always be a little more messy because it's hair. Yeah, my fingers are placed on the E and the B. B for brush and E for eraser, and I just toggle back and forth. And it gets easier, you know, as you practice more and more. It's just kind of second nature after a while. And I think that's why I really enjoyed drawing on the tablet on my iPad, but it doesn't have, you know, that same hand placement that I'm used to. So it's something to relearn. And so I find that I don't do drawing as quickly. So I definitely want to do more hours on the iPad and get a little more accustomed. All right. A few more little faces of hair because he's a mess. And there we go. Relatively smooth line work. And then get that rough out of there. Shazam. Add a little more detail. Okay, and there's Korik. I probably am going to keep playing with this because that's just who I am. What's with your nose, sir? Okay. All right. Well, I hope that helped you out a little bit. Yeah, it's basically just trial and error until you get it right, until you feel like it's looking pretty good. And again, don't be afraid to use the tools that are available to you. And I would say it gets easier over time, but there are days where I still play with the character. Like now. That wonky ear. I tell ya, ears. They're the weirdest thing. But serve a very important purpose. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing with them. All right, so there's Korik and his line work. Shazam. Thanks guys for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.